Hi Pisces, welcome to your November 2020 reading. My name is Gemstone and I will be doing your reading. How are you doing, Pisces? How are you? All right, so let's get into this. I feel like this deck. Kunzite looks like an ice cube. It's a heart chakra stone. Getting to the inner child. Or to child. It's a very, or to children, I mean. It's a very gentle energy. We have the Queen of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Let's get into your energy, Pisces. How I've been structuring my readings is by getting the theme of your month and then probing that energy with another deck and then probing those energies with another deck to get a different story or to get a clear story. We have the Knave of Wands, so maybe there's this need for a fresh start, or maybe there's an actual fresh start in starting in love, or in a space where communication of your emotions is necessary and thoughts are racing at this time. Oh, but there's a sense of confidence in expressing your feelings, and it's towards building something with someone. A lot of love readings today. Love is in the air. All right. So what we're going to do, as I mentioned, is get to know, but the need for patience is coming out. But it's like, is it patience or am I wasting my time? All right. We're going to get into the theme of your month, Pisces. And we are going to see what's going on in the month of November. In the month of November, what's happening here? What's happening here, Pisces? All right. Perfect timing. So what I'm going to be doing is presenting to you a story. If it resonates, please take it. If it doesn't, don't force it. All readings here are timeless. So let me speak for mine. All my readings are timeless because time is a construct of this three-dimensional reality and we are beings beyond this reality. But expressed in this reality for whatever purpose is our purpose, whatever that purpose is. Whenever you come across this reading and it resonates, please take the message that you receive from it. Feel no way but harmony from receiving that message. Now, this reading is for those with Pisces placements, but again, it just goes off of resonance, but I'll just go with the placements of rising, Sun, Moon, Venus, and Mercury, as they are the closest planets to the Earth. Here we have the King of Swords at the bottom. Let's see what your theme is. The Tower. Interesting. Interesting. This was at the bottom of the deck when I shuffled it to get it ready for you. And now it's at the top of the deck. This is your focus. Interesting. The Tower. Let's get to know this. Let's get to know this energy. And it's interesting too, because another deck that I shuffled for you has the Tower at the bottom as well. I don't want to really comment on this energy until I understand it, so I'm going to go with that deck actually. We have Morganite, another gentle rose quartz, another gentle love stone or heart chakra stone. Unconditional love. The Tower. I'm going to keep the King of Swords visible. Let's probe, Pisces. I keep wanting to call you Pice. Let's probe, Pice. Such a weird way to say that. But honestly, if I feel that feeling again, I'm going to go with it. Just talk to you like we're good up friends. Or in Jamaica, there's this term. My mom is Jamaican. So there's this term. There are two terms. There's big up friends. Like you are really good friends with someone. Or good up friends. Mean the same thing. It's a best friend. A Jamaican will say, that's my good up friend or my big up friend. So me calling you Pice is feeling like that. Me calling you Pice feels like I'm talking to you like we're good up or big up friends. Oh, it feels hilarious. Pice. What is that? I don't know. But if I feel it, like I said, I'm going to go with it. All right. So let's get into the Tower. The Fool came out. Another card came out, but I was telling my story. Oh, it was the Two of Pentacles that came out. And the reason I remember this is because the Four came out. So maybe someone is indecisive and afraid to take a chance to have a fresh start. To leap for the stars. In love. In a loving connection. Yeah, today is just a loving day. Apparently, all right, so let's see. We have the Moon at the bottom, which is the Pisces card. Representing our subconscious to some degree. The unknown, the hidden side. What is the Tower here to show us in the story for Pisces is November 2020? What is the Moon here to show us? All messages are for Pisces as high as good. Please provide us with a clear story. And with me, the sight to see it. So that we can articulate and express the story for Pisces November 2020. What is the Tower here to show Pisces? At the bottom of the deck, we have the Queen of Pentacles. All right, let's see. We have the Knight of Pentacles, the Fool again, the Four of Pentacles again, and the Ace of Cups. So this does feel kind of romantic. But there's this leap of faith towards this energy that's quite stable. The stable energy who might be a person fixated on building something earthly. And it has notes of an unrequited love situation. And maybe this is the realization of that. The realization that there's the need to protect yourself, protect your love. Let's channel, let's probe a little bit more. How I've been structuring this, aside from the actual physical structure that you see, is removing the cards that we're not using at the moment so that we have more space to probe the energy that is the focus. This feels like Pisces though. So we're going to start with that. We're going to start with that energy. That feels like you. This feels like you, Pisces. We're going to use this deck, Labradorite. This is a third eye and above chakra crystal. Activating psychic abilities. Very Piscean. Very Neptune. Oh my. Pisces, look. The Tower is at the bottom of this deck. Sorry to scream. So all three decks have the Tower. Wow. 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 Okay. So there's this huge revelation for Pisces right now. Like a huge revelation coming out in an unrequited love situation. is my speculation, although this whole reading will be speculation, but unrequited love that has you confused as to what direction to take, possibly. Let's see. Okay, let's stop pretending that my hands are not the same size as the deck of cards and cutting it in half. And again, why do I feel like there's love here, though? I feel like there is love here. I feel like there's love here. Let's see. Let's see. You are in love with this person, maybe. There's defense. Let's see. Maybe it's not unrequited. It just looks that way. And I see this at the bottom of the deck, so it's making me feel inclined to believe that it's not unrequited. Even though it might even be one of those situations where on the outside it looks like that. Like it looks like it's unrequited love, but it's not. And you're just left looking kind of, whew, like, what is Pisces doing? Meanwhile, you know the truth. So it involves a sense of humility. But there's this like need for making a choice, a decision. And here's the King of Cups. This to me, I always think of Pisces. Not in with a specific deck, but just in general, the King of Cups. Just creativity personified. That chaotic, mutable energy. It's like perfectly chaotic. Wow, okay. Let's see. What is the Fool here to show Pisces and I in this story? What is the Fool here to show us? What is the Fool meant to show us here to help us understand the Tower a little bit more? What are we meant to see here for Pisces November 2020 reading? What is the Fool here to show us for Pisces' 2020 reading in the month of November, although all readings are timeless? At the bottom of the deck, we have the Moon. Interesting. The Pisces card. All right, the Fool. We have the Eight of Pentacles, the Empress, the Seven of Cups, and the Six of Pentacles. 6, 7, 8. All different suits. Oh no, these two suits are the same. But it starts here. And this is nice to know. It's nice to know that whatever you're doing is going to create something to give back. And so what I'm feeling actually is what you're starting is not what you want to start, or what you are currently starting is not the relationship, but work endeavors, things that you enjoy, things that have your attention to detail, and there's a love for it, a sense of love behind it. This is what's promoting, this is what's prompting it, feeling the energy to do it. There's also this sense of options. the sense of abundance. It doesn't feel as delusional as it usually feels. It feels abundant. Like, I can do this, I can do that, I can do this. Oh, I can do all these things. The reason it doesn't feel so delusional is because there's this focus with the Eight of Pentacles. There's this sense of focus here. A sense of deliberate action, purpose here. Well, let me not say purpose. Well, the purpose is there, but I want to say more to the deliberate action. It's more intentional. So I feel like at this time, Pisces, what the Fool represents is the idea that you can reach for the stars and possibly get Jupiter. Possibly get beyond what it is that you're reaching for. The sense of starting, I don't want to say starting over, but a fresh, like a new chapter is started. Like the opening of a brand new journal with new pages to write on with a brand new pen. It feels bright. It feels nice. And it's going to lead you to being generous. That's what it feels. It feels like the focus is not on yourself, but on giving back, or giving, let's say, giving. The focus is to give, while the focus is to do and to learn and to create. It's to master. No, it's not to master. Yeah, it is to master. Yeah, it is to master. But it feels more artistically directed versus like, I want to master this. That's what's happening as a result. But it's more of this desire to do because it's enjoyable. That's what I feel. With the Fool, let's do this in order. So that was the Fool. Let's look at this guy. The Knight of Pentacles. What is that here to show us? The Queen of Wands, the Six of Cups, the Page of Pentacles. I felt it. I felt it. I felt it. I'm like, okay, yep, felt it. Felt it, felt it. So, this person, and here, the Page and the Knight. So, all of a sudden I have this cerebral mental feeling. This person represents a fated situation. It represents to me, anytime I see these two together, okay, this feels like nostalgia, but this reminds me, like when I see it, I think of past lives. And then when I see this, I think of a connection between two people that are compatible. One being watery, one being earthly, but just the idea that there's a compatibility and a reciprocity, a potential reciprocity. And then when they're together, it makes me think of a soulmate. So this person, Pisces, and it doesn't feel like, you don't feel like you're focused on them. So I don't feel like this is your perception of them. I think this is what they are. This driven person, driven on a purpose. Like they have their purpose. They have an established purpose. They do, but while that is, they are not established in terms of knowing themselves. They're learning themselves. And I feel like this is something that they are aware of. They are aware that they like you, possibly love you, and that there's this feeling with you that's kind of different with others. That is different. You feel like home to them. You feel like home to them, but it's funny because you came out like this. They're not looking at you though. And it looks like you're reaching for them, but you're reaching beyond them. And they're not looking at you though. I don't think that they're making you aware that they feel this way. Or yeah, they're not making you aware that they feel this way, Pisces. So it is not an unrequited love situation. Let's look at the love. Let's look at the love. And now I'm understanding the moon. And look who's at the bottom. The Queen of Cups. We got the King that came out. Well, did the King come out? I feel like I remember saying the King of Cups reminded me of... Yes, the King did come out in this very deck. So we have the King and the Queen visible to our eyes. Interesting. And I was going to say with the moon, I'm understanding this a little bit more because there's a lot of unknown things. A lot of things that are unknown. And I feel like it's unknown to you, Pisces. It's unknown to you. Let's look at the love. Let's look at the Ace of Cups. What is the Ace here to show us? The World. The Ace of Pentacles. The Sun. And the Eight of Swords. What I felt is someone doubting it. I wonder if it's you. What I felt, I feel like it's you. Although we're kind of similar in color over here and here. Someone's doubting the viability of this. And the someone could be on this spectrum, on this square with Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus, and Leo, or have a placement with one of those 4 signs. But they are doubting the viability. Like, not only is this emotionally lucrative, but being together, it feels like it is also abundant on the outside. And this goes back to the idea. I feel like this is an earth sign, Pisces. This goes back to what I was saying with this. We have water and we have earth here. Just gives me the vibe of there's a balance here. But somebody is doubting it. They're doubting it because they are afraid. With the Eight of Swords, they're scared. They're scared and they're limited and they're living in fear and they are watery. Pisces, is that you? Is that you doubting it? Feels like you, actually. And the reason now I'm seeing that they're in this is because they're it that you're doubting. That's what you're doubting. This is the love right here. It's coming from this person and you're doubting it. You're doubting your clarity. You're doubting your own happiness. Like, you will feel kind of happy about it. Maybe when you think of it, it doesn't seem like it's an abundant thought, but I feel like maybe the reason why you're not thinking about it so much and you're focused on what you're doing is because you're maybe trying to distract yourself. And that gives me this vibe with the 7 of Cups that came out when we were looking at the Fool. Maybe you are distracting yourself because you got this clarity that's kind of terrifying. Like, how? He's not telling me. I have no confirmation. How do I know? So you know what? I'm wrong. I'm wrong. I'm wrong. And I'm just going to self-inflict this stress onto myself because that's too good to be true. It's actually, let's say it's too good to be true and it falling in my lap in terms of understanding it, me as the Pisces. But it's not too good to be true because the guy or this night energy, this masculine energy is not telling me how he feels. In fact, he acts like he doesn't like me. Let's look at, let's keep it in order. Let's look at the 4 of Pentacles. Now I'm trying to remember what order it was like this. Perfect. The 4 of Pentacles. What is the 4 here to show Pisces and I? We have the 9 of Wands, double protection. Like, this is protecting itself. This is also protecting itself, but it's intrigued. The King of Pentacles. So this is the the 10 of Cups and the King of Swords. So there's this doubt of the potential because it feels like this is what he would manifest into. There's the doubt of the potential. A doubt. No, there's not doubt. There's protection from it. There's this fear of it. There's this fear of it. Fear of it. But awareness that it would make them happy. I don't know who this is. I don't know if this is you, Pisces. I don't know if this is you. Maybe this is you, Pisces. You are the one that's doubtful, because I keep saying not really sure, but after all, the person at the Eight of Cups has water beneath their feet. And I know that when we shuffled this deck, the Queen and King made an appearance. So it could be either. But I'm feeling someone is a Pentacle and someone is a Cup. And I feel like this is you, Pisces. That's what I'm feeling. So I feel like you are the one protecting yourself. Well, because he's also doing the same thing. Or I'm saying he because it's the Knight, but I should stop. The Knight is also protecting themselves. So I don't know who's protecting themselves, but someone is protecting themselves and interested, but guarding themselves and maybe wanting someone to remove these walls. Remove them so I know you care, because they're enticed. And this feels like the energetic leveling up of the Knight. This feels like the potential. So this feels like the potential of him. This feels like the potential of what could be. And then this energy just feels like the decision to go after it. But it feels like, yeah, I feel all that, but I'm going to block it because I'm kind of afraid that this is 4 Pentacles. It feels like a commitment. Although it's a blocking energy, it feels like a commitment, and I don't know if I'm ready for this right now. I'm unsure. I'm unsure if I'm ready for this. I'm unsure if I can make this decision. I can communicate how I feel. Both people are not saying how they feel, but love is there. Love is there. Because when I was shuffling for the Fool, the Ace of Cups came out of this deck here. So love is on this side, even though it's not seen. And then love is on this side, and it is seen, but even though it's not expressed. So let's recap this love situation. Okay. There's Pisces. I don't remember the order. Okay. And here's the other person. There's a revelation to someone in this connection. Someone. It's like a big, big, big revelation. A big revelation. Because we had three towers come out of 3 different decks. So out of all the decks, 1, 2, and 3, the tower came out. The tower came out. So there's a revelation in reference to a situation involving a Fool and a Knight of Pentacles. The Fool is not a foolish person, but a person that is looking to start a new chapter in their life, and they're focused on building what makes them feel good and loving and happy, and they're feeling good about themselves because I feel that they're connected to their purpose. I said it earlier and I kind of denied it, but I feel like they're connected to their purpose. They're in an abundant space, but now I'm feeling this represents, yeah, abundance, possibly like options in terms of what they could do, but I feel like it also represents a distraction. And what they're distracting themselves from is this person here. I'm realizing that the King of Swords comes out twice. But anyway, they're distracting themselves from this Knight. This Knight who also knows their purpose, but they're not really focused on their purpose right now because they are realizing that they have met someone that feels like a soulmate of theirs and they have a strong connection with them. They kind of replace, like they fill a gap in their life or a missing, like this is the missing link. Them being an earthly person and Pisces being the watery. But this person is not aware of themselves as much as they come off. They come off as a knight, but inside they're a page, and they're getting to know themselves. But they have some direction. They're focused on the external stuff, and now maybe that energy will be used to get to know themselves. But that's speculation, because this just feels like the identification that they are immature, kind of. They're not kind of. Let me stop sugarcoating it. They're an immature version of what they present themselves to be. And maybe that's why he looks down. Because it's like, ooh, maybe he thinks Pisces is kind of too good for him. Because she's so driven and she knows what she wants. Like, she's taking this leap of faith. I don't know what I am about inside. I don't really know myself. Ooh, do I deserve Pisces? So you know what? I'm going to ignore her. I'm not going to look at her, even though I love her. Now, we looked at the Ace of Cups first. With the Ace of Cups, there's this, again, this feeling of a cycle ending, a new cycle beginning, and maybe the person that you're dealing with is on one of the corners of this card: Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus, and Leo. But not only is this connection emotionally viable and lucrative, but it also can be externally. It's one of those things where it's a meeting of minds. It's a meeting of opposites. A meeting of opposites. We have the earth to the water. And there's a clear picture of what that is, but it's being ignored. Like, nope, I am not seeing it. I'm choosing not to see it because this is too much for me. This is kind of a lot. Just kind of too much. Feel like this is the Pisces because the water beneath the boots, but who knows? Or maybe it's just the idea that this is the love that they're feeling and they are like feeling it, the water beneath them, but they're ignoring the fact that they're feeling it, or they're trying to lie to themselves about it. So it could be either Pisces or this Knight of Pentacles. Now the Four of Pentacles here is this blocking energy, but this also stabilizing energy where it's a foundation is being built, but there's this feeling of, I need to protect myself. I need to protect myself. I need to protect myself. This feels like the manifestation or the potential for this Knight here, and it leads to happiness. I feel like he's the key to the happiness in terms of communicating this, communicating how he feels. That's how I feel. That is what I'm feeling. All right, so let's look at, we have the theme of the month. Let's look at your focus of the month. And I'm going to use this deck. And on top of the deck was turquoise. This is good for direction and balance. It connects your throat to your heart. So speaking from the heart. Look at that. Romantic love. I'm going to read it. 39. The frequency of romantic love supports our journey to feel whole and complete through the experience with and reflection of a cosmic lover. Interesting, Pisces. Yeah, this feels like a soulmate. This feels like a soulmate. And I don't feel a sense of a rush. I don't feel like a sense of a rush, but I do feel the need for acknowledgement. Even if it's just personally. Because that could lead to so many things. But if you're in love, Pisces, and you're trying to lie to yourself about it, lying to yourself about it will only make those feelings magnify and create distress inside. At least acknowledge to yourself that you are in love. I feel like, no. And as I say what I said, the deck of cards fall out. So that to me is confirmation of that fact. And I was struggling picking up the throat chakra. Communication. It says the frequency of the throat chakra, the blue flower of life, supports our self-expression and our sense of peace and balance. What? Turquoise. But also the idea of communicating, even if it's just to yourself or to the other, how it is that you feel. How it is that you feel. All right. Let's draw some cards here. What is the focus now of the month for Pisces? So we have the theme of the month. What is their focus? Like, what could they focus on to promote clarity for the month of November? What is the focus for Pisces? What is the focus? What is the focus? What is the focus for the month of November? All messages are for Pisces is highest is good. Let's see. At the bottom of the deck, we have Miracle 33. The frequency of miracles supports our belief in ourselves as a part of a source, and therefore our belief that anything is possible. Wow. That's really nice. And beneath it, we have the heart chakra. That stands out to me, number 4. The frequency of the heart chakra, the green flower of life, supports our capacity to love deeply and unconditionally. Its healing properties harmonizes the mind and the body. All right, let's draw. Conception, 16. The frequency of conception invites us to bring our consciousness to our origin, the place where everything in creation begins. It helps us to remember the infinite potential and possibilities of the space and what we can manifest through our own focused attention, awareness and intention. So again, I'm feeling this energy that anything is possible with miracle and conception. Anything is possible. Cosmic flower, 18. The cosmic flower activates our remembrance of the place we call home, the core from which we pour our magnificence out of into the world. Interesting that that home word is there. So I wonder if that night feels like you are home to them. Last, but certainly not least, coherence. The frequency of coherence supports our ability to harmonize the frequency of the heart with the frequency of the mind for an optimal ability to create the reality that we desire. What I'm getting, Pisces, is that you might think that this is not possible, or the night might think that this is not possible. This is impossible, but it's as possible as you believe it is. And if it is something that you want and you want to actively manifest, you can think about it. You can daydream about it, Pisces. That's your realm. You can daydream about it and put some energy into it mentally if it is something that you want and you feel that is right. I don't feel like there's any harm in that. In fact, it just feels like you're being promoted to do that. And also to love to love unconditionally. The idea that there's no need for expectation. There's no need for any kind of reward, any possible disappointment, if you just choose to live in love and love. This card keeps falling out of my hands. But that was your November 2020 reading. Magic. Thank you. I appreciate it. It was an honor connecting with your energy, Pisces. Please enjoy the rest of November, and I'll see you in your October reading. I'll see you in your October reading. I'll see you in your December reading. Take care.